Hi, my name's Leanne. I'm 23. I live in Calgary, Alberta, and this is my beater. So it's an 86 Ford Ranger that my parents bought brand new before I was born, and my dad drove it up until 2 years ago when it came into my possession. So I'll give you the grand tour. This piece of string here is actually holding the front grate in place, but it's funny because it looks like it's holding the bumper up. Moving it along, there's a big dent over here, and this is actually from like the mid-90s when an elk ran into the side of the truck. And it's funny because I was on my way to school one day and I saw an accident happen, so I pulled over, called 911, and when everything calmed down, some firefighters were looking at my truck and they're like, "Oh, you got hit pretty bad over here." They thought I was involved in the accident because I was like the worst looking vehicle pulled over there. And so I had to explain that it actually happened 2 decades ago and I was just a witness. And then also the gas tank has a hole in it, and I think that it's getting bigger because I used to be able to fill the tank up about 3/4, and now if I fill it up above half, it leaks and just the whole truck smells like gas for like 2 or 3 days. And then over here, over the wheel wells, there's tons of rust. Like, there's rust everywhere, but the worst is over the wheel wells. So you can actually see right through it. Like, I can put my finger through it. It's pretty bad. Back here, my taillight is taped up. I backed into a cement wall, so that's completely my fault. But you can't get replacements, so yeah, it's been like that for a while. And so this thing used to lock, it doesn't anymore. It doesn't even latch at all. The tailgate is totally rusted out, and you actually have to slam it really hard or else it will just like fall randomly while driving. I was gonna tell you, tons of rust again over on this side. And then moving inside, this is where it gets really good. So we have duct tape on the door upholstery. It could probably use some new duct tape. And then I'll go around the other side and show you the rest. So in here, the crank for the window here actually fell off a couple months ago, and I was just keeping it on top of the dashboard and like putting it in place whenever I would need to roll the window up and down, but I finally glued it, so this is glued on, and it's actually holding pretty good, so that's great. What else can I tell you? The stereo is all smashed in because apparently there was a loose connection, so my dad pushed it in so that it would work and all the connections would be there, but like, as you can see, there's no knobs or anything on it, but it does work. I don't know if the cassette deck works, but yeah. And then here on the windshield, there's a big rock chip, but it's funny because from a distance it actually looks like a bullet hole. And then probably this is the crowning glory of what makes this thing a beater. So this button to use the shifter broke probably a year ago. And so now I have to lift this up and manually press down the thing in order to shift between gears. And because of that, park doesn't work very well. It's really hard to get out of. So instead of using park, I just park in neutral and use the e-brake. And yeah, I get a lot of flack for that. Yeah, and this is my truck and I love her. She's not winning any beauty contests, but I really think that she'd be a fierce competitor in your contest. So call me.